You see, the customer 56789 has already been created in 3000, right? Now let's say we want to create another customer. It's not 56789 but 56790. This time it's not Best Buy, it's Circuit City. So what do? Click on this customer and say 56789, which is the customer that we have just created, and give the reference as that customer in 3000, and then click OK. Now you see, if you just fill up the basic data like the name and some address, okay, and some transportation zone, and if you go to sales area, most of this stuff is filled in for you, like the shipping conditions is standard, the billing data is whatever, and if it varies, you just got to fill in this area. If anything differs, you just got to fill in that stuff. Other than that, most of the stuff is already done for you. Okay, example, shipping data and any other data like customer group, ABC class, so on. If I have filled it up for the old customer, it would already have been filled up to the new customer, because we are referring the older customer to create a new customer. Okay, so this is called creation with reference. The next thing is field changes. Okay, now let me go to VD02, which is the change customer master transaction. Okay, and then take the latest customer that I've created, and let me add the customer group here. I've changed some field, or I can change anything I like. Okay, and then click on save. So 56790, I've done some changes. Go inside and click on environment, field changes, all fields, and you see that the customer group is singled out here, and click on all changes, or you can double click on it, and you'll see that the customer group has been changed on this date, 7th of June, and the old value was null and the new value is 03. So this is useful if the customers or your users of the system needs to track changes to master data. Okay, who changed what at what point in time. If you double click this, you'll see that the user is available, the user who has done the change, and the field name, the technical description of it, the from value was blank, and the to value, which is the current value. Okay, and you'll also see that in which sales org this was changed, so on and so forth. Okay, this is called field changes. Additional data. What is additional data? Now if you take the same customer, okay, go to general data, go to extras, additional data, you'll have a pop-up that contains fields like this, a set of fields, additional fields called attributes. The reason why we have them here is because each company defines their customers in their own way. For example, I have worked with a medical devices company, let's say. The major customers for which are doctors and their patients and pharmacies. Okay, now I have also worked with companies that are in power generation. Their customers are just the state power company, the state distribution company like PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric. I've also worked with bio systems companies or biochemical companies, the major customers for which are universities who buy research equipment from them. Now you cannot define all these customers with a single template. The way you define a consumer who is buying pharma devices or pharma products from you is totally different from a doctor, from a power generating company, from a university, right? So the fields that are available in the general and the sales and the finance view of the customer might not be enough to label some of the customers. For example, I want to create or implement SAP for let's say a pharmaceutical company, and I want to define customers that are both doctors as well as patients. Okay, now I want to define a field over here that says he's a doctor or a not. He's either a doctor or not. If he's a doctor, I should be able to know that 1, he's a doctor, 2, he's not, right? So you can customize these fields, this attribute 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Okay, I'll tell you how to customize this attribute. You'll have to go to a specific transaction, but don't worry about it. The point being, you can customize these fields in such a way that only those 2 fields are available: doctor, yes or no. Okay, and look at this field. I've changed the label for this field, but these are generic. Let's change the label for this. Okay, attribute 2 doesn't make much sense to a user who is using this. He wants to know, let's say, another field, whether he accepts drugs in bulk or not, or whether he has a prescription or not. Let's say we're talking about patients and we need a field where he has prescription or he doesn't have a prescription, because we're not supposed to sell prescription drugs to patients that does not have a prescription, right? So prescription or not. But we want to change the name of the attribute 2 to define or to reflect the name prescription. Okay, so go here, place your cursor there, hit F1. Okay, hit F1 and then find out from the technical button that looks like a toolbar, what is the field name or the data element name. It's KATR2. Okay, now go to CMOD, CMOD. Okay, go to text enhancements, keywords, change. All right, and then put in KATR2 and then hit enter. Now what is KATR2? Let's say it's prescription. So there's a short label, there is a long label, so on and so forth. Prescription, yes or no. Okay, let's not change all the labels, but these labels should be enough. Okay, prescription, save. Save. Okay, we're done here. Close it, close it. Now go to VD, go to VD02 in change mode, or VD03 in display mode. Go to extras, additional data, and then you see the change, prescription. Okay, in another video we'll talk about how to see change these attributes. I don't want to talk about SPRO and all that stuff at this point, but just try and understand that you can change these attributes as well. All right, so these are some of the customizations that you can do to the customer master. So this is additional data at the general level, and this is additional data at the sales and distribution level. Okay, and this is how you customize text labels. Go to CMOD, that is the transaction, and click on go to text enhancements, keywords, change. Okay, and that's all you need to know about customer master for now. We have only talked about the master data from a user perspective. Now there are a couple of more things that you need to know. The key customization called customer account group, which shows you what you can do to create different types of customers. Okay, and then I'll give you another video which talks about some more aspects of the customer master. Okay, how to block customers, how to delete customers or set the delete flag, and what are the effects of blocking, and what are the effects of deleting, what are the transactions for it, so on and so forth. So if you finish these 2 other videos as well that I'm going to send, your understanding of Customer Master is pretty much complete. Okay, so any other questions that you have, just we'll discuss them in the class as usual. Okay, all right, thank you very much, guys.